Welcome to episode number 5. Thank you so much for joining me again. Today we're going to be talking about the need for simplicity in communication as well as some agility training. Let's get it. As I've mentioned on previous episodes, we're reading through extreme ownership throughout this internship. And this last week's chapter was about simplicity in communication. And Jocko gives an example where he was out on the battlefield and another commander came into the camp and was basically like, hey, I have this complex plan where we're going to go behind enemy lines. We're going to get this, and that done. And it was just extremely detailed. And it was so detailed to the point that Jocko basically came up to him and said, hey, like, that's a great idea. You know, there's a lot of stuff behind it. However, there's too many different moving parts in your plan, and it's going to make it really hard to support you throughout the battlefield as we have different coalitions such as the SEALs, the Marines, and the Army. Like, it's just going to be too many moving parts for us all to combine into one thing. Why don't we try this much more simple plan and see if we can have success with it? And personally, I think that this chapter really resonated with me because this is an area I actually struggle with, whereas there's many times where I feel as though because I may have studied some portion of exercise physiology, I can explain something in intricate detail instead of just giving a clear line of communication to those that I work with. A very specific example was a few weeks ago, I had a basketball coach ask me a very simple question about running during preseason and asking if that would be a good conditioning strategy. And instead of directly answering his question, I went into energy system development and I explained to him like how metabolites work within your body and blah, 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 blah. And I felt really good about it because I gave him such a great answer. But looking back on it, I honestly don't think I communicated well whatsoever. And I don't think he even understood what I was talking about. And he probably felt as though his question was never answered. And so that's definitely an area where that I need to be better. And so I think one of my encouragements from these last couple of weeks is just to simplify how I communicate with those I work with and just get to the point a lot quicker. And maybe that gives you some ideas too, and wherever you're working, just to figure out some different ways where you can simplify your communication strategy so that the recipient always understands what's being said rather than you feeling some type of way about yourself. One of the big topics we covered this last week was agility training. And agility training is often thought of as cone drills or change of direction drills. However, if you think about it, in a game situation, athletes don't typically get to pre-plan their decisions they're going to make. And so kind of a new way of thinking of agility training is to make it more of a reactionary type training. So instead of putting athletes in a drill like the 5-10-5 and saying, hey, run right 5 yards, run left 10 yards, run right 5 yards, we actually want to put them in a type of environment where it's completely open and they have to react to very quick stimuli, and it should stimulate basically how fast they can respond. And this really got me thinking about some different implementation strategies, some different ways to make what I do better, and different ways for me to actually progress the athletes that I work with. Check out these open drills I used with my team last year and see the difference between these and the 5-10-5.
Go!
All right, that's a wrap. I really appreciate you checking back in another week. This whole experience has been nothing short of amazing. Lots of stimulating discussions, thought processes, and just challenging situations for me professionally. And I'm thankful that I'm able to share it with you.